One click is all it takes to lose everything.
We are in a cyber war. You can either be a defendant or you could be a victim.
If you are a college student, your worst nightmare is being kicked out of college because you were accused of hacking your grades and hacking into the university computer system. Now, and I know I tell people about this, they often think this is some new science fiction novel or this is something Tom Clancy wrote many, many years ago. Unfortunately, this is the reality we live in. And this just happened at Tufts University. There was a veterinarian student, her senior year, and she was accused of hacking her grades and hacking into computer systems and was kicked out of college. Now, here's the problem. When you have these private universities, they basically have their own court system. There's really not a whole lot of appeals you can do in the United States courts or in the Canadian courts because you are basically signing a waiver that they can do whatever they want. Now, when I'm asked about this story, I'll tell you, I've read this story many, many, many times, and I sort of have mixed views. On the one hand, the university seemed to have jumped to a conclusion. I haven't seen the evidence. They haven't submitted a lot, but they said that their IT folks have got logs and evidence that this hacking has come from her computer. Now, here's the problem I have. I have a car. If a police officer pulls me over and they ask for my driver's license, they know that I was driving the car. However, in Washington, D.C., where I live, they have speeding cameras. These are cameras that if your car's going too fast, they get your license plate and they send you a ticket. But here's the trick. They don't know who was driving. So I have to pay the ticket because I own the car, but I don't get any points because they can't put me behind the wheel of that car. So my first question to the university is, regardless of whether attacks were coming from somebody's computer, that doesn't mean it was them. Especially if you're a college student and you lend people your computer, or some people might know your password, or you might leave your computer in your dorm or your house or wherever you live, and other people could get access to it. So my big question to the university is, did you actually prove it was her? Could you actually prove it was a person, or did you just prove it came from a certain computer? Because those are two different things. Then I look at it on the other side. She claims that she had an alibi, that she was in class, that she was sleeping. Well, here's the problem with those alibis. Both of those are based on computers and could also be hacked. So if she was really that good and that robust, she could potentially cover her tracks. Now, here's the interesting part. She hired a computer firm to look at her computer, and sure enough, it had multiple pieces of malware, remote access Trojans known as rats, on her system. So she's claiming that somebody broke into her computer and used it to break in. Now, here's the problem. At this point, the university has made up their mind. I don't believe they're going to appeal her request, and she unfortunately is kicked out of college. So the real lesson learned if you're a college student is this: lock down your computer. She claims she has the perfect alibi, that she didn't take security seriously, that she didn't have strong passwords, that she didn't have antivirus, that she didn't really lock it down. And my question is, why? If your computer is tied to you, if actions from your computer will put you in trouble, why aren't you taking cybersecurity seriously? Why didn't she go in and have a strong password? Why didn't she go in and lock down her system? Why didn't she have antivirus? Why didn't she protect her devices? And really, this Tufts example is a lesson to all of us. Right now, in the current day and age that we live, our computer, our iPad, our smartphones are tied to us. If somebody uses our phone to commit a crime, it's tied back to us. If somebody uses our computer to do harmful things, you're the one that's going to get in trouble. So if this is not a wake-up call to have good cybersecurity, I don't know what is. So make sure with all of your devices you have strong passwords, you have endpoint security, you protect and control who accesses your device, and most importantly, you're very careful what you click on, where you go, and what you install on your system.